Brexit is going to potentially give us all cancer. Now, it sounds a bit out there, doesn't it? But bear with me, because there is some truth in it. There really is. Because of pesticides and carcinogens. And since Brexit, the allowed residual levels in your vegetables has increased because of Brexit. Yes, the UK has relaxed the restrictions on residual chemicals on your food. Not any old chemicals. We're talking about chemicals that are known carcinogens, such as, or thought to be a carcinogen, such as glyphosate. You know, Roundup, weedkiller and stuff like that. And a variety of different pesticides. Now, MRLs, which is basically the maximum residual level of the pesticide allowed on the vegetables. And it varies from vegetable to vegetable because these pesticides and herbicides, such as the Roundup, are used for all sorts of different procedures in farming, such as killing the wheat off so they can harvest it all at the same time. And the same with potatoes, so they can harvest them all at the same time. But with potatoes, you see, and the way that the Roundup works, it goes into the plant and obviously into the tubers as well, and it kills off the tops so they can then lift the potatoes all at the same time. Now, obviously, if we're growing our own potatoes, what have you, we don't worry about things like that, do we? We just dig them up as we went. But obviously, with these big machines and stuff, and intensive farming, they want to lift the whole lot in one go, whether they're little potatoes or whether they're big potatoes, because they all get graded and they get put into separate little packets. But unfortunately, the government, in their wisdom, has relaxed the rules on the minimal or the maximum levels of residual pesticides. And I'll give you some examples. I've got an article here that happens to be in The Guardian. There's other papers as well, to be fair. Now, changes to the regulations in Great Britain mean that more than 100 items are now allowed to carry more pesticides when sold to the public. And that's you. They're supposed to be protecting us. This doesn't sound much like a benefit of Brexit to me. No, certainly is not. So allowed to carry more pesticides when sold to the public, ranging from potatoes to onions to grapes, avocados, coffee to rice, for tea. The maximum level, residual level MRLs have increased in tea by 4,000 times. 4,000 times! And this is for the insecticide chlorantraniliprole, or whatever it is anyway, and the fungicide boscalid. Big long names, aren't they? For the controversial weedkiller as well, glyphosate, which I was talking about earlier, like the 360GL, and it's classed as a probable human carcinogen, and this is by the World Health Organization. And the MRL for glyphosate, for instance, has been raised 7.5 times. 7.5 times for known carcinogen. That's how they're going to deal with the flipping waiting list, isn't it? They're going to kill us off early. Well, the purpose of the pesticide MRL regime is to protect public health, obviously, wildlife and natural environments, etc. And campaigners have said that the list of pesticides included reproductive toxins. Yes, can make us all infertile. And carcinogens. That the weaker MRLs reduce protections for consumers in Great Britain, Northern Ireland, and has retained... Well, Northern Ireland has retained the EU's MRLs, obviously, because obviously the border and what have you, and that's probably all worked into the Windsor Framework, I imagine. This is madness. You're supposed to... you got West Streeting going around telling us they're all about preventative measures, and they all want to give us cancer. I know I'm being inflammatory a little bit, as you know, okay? But that is long and short of it, is that they don't want to protect us. Work that one out in your head. It doesn't make any sense to me. The reason... Oh, right, the light's just gone out. Just a second. I'm back. Yes, it's on the PIR. Oh, dear. So, the changes took place between 2022 and 2024 under the Conservative government. So, to be fair, this isn't under the new government. But why have they allowed it to go on? They need to reverse it. But I understand why they've done it. It's... Well, to make it cheaper and easier to get goods in from abroad, from other places other than the EU. Because obviously anything that would be imported from the EU is likely to be, following EU rules. But now we can import things from probably a little bit cheaper from further afield, but it's obviously less safe. These rules aren't put in place just for the hell of it. They're put in place to protect the citizens. And they told us that leaving the European Union would improve your health, would improve your wealth, improve your outlook, make it advantageous for you against EU citizens. No. All that's done is screwed the farming sector, it's screwed the construction industry, although they've actually allowed the CE mark to continue regarding the imported construction goods from the EU. But it's madness. The whole thing is just madness. And what do you reckon to that? Do you like the idea of this previous government allowing us to consume harmful carcinogen food, cancer-causing food? They do like to give, don't they? And then you got, this new government who hasn't reversed it. They kept stum. You tell me what you think. Please leave it in the comments down below. Anyway, it's time for me to go because I toodaloo, you know. Blimey, it's from bad to worse.